Can I do that?
Okay.
Well, Judge, here's the thing. Did I tell you about my first week on the job?
No, you did not.
I was sitting in the cafeteria.
Do you have your rubber boots on?
Yeah, I do.
It's gonna get high here, I feel like.
I was sitting in the cafeteria, Judge, and I'm just minding my own business, you know? I'm a new kid on the block, you know? And one of the prosecutors for the DA's office came up to me and he was like, "Give me your lunch money." And I was like, "Am I being bullied?" I'm like, am I like in middle school? Like,
What's happening?
and he threatened me. He was like, "I'll beat you up if you don't give me your lunch money."
What?
Yes, this is true.
Get out of town.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, right here, Judge. Look no further. And he said, "Remember the name, Hank Wilkins." And see, he was already intimidating then, but now, Judge, that he's been promoted, I find him extra intimidating.
Oh my God.
So I'm just wondering, is he
Proceeding with sentencing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, this.
All right. So she was reporting for what? For pretrial services?
Will be reported for parole, Your Honor.
All right. So you go to parole with drugs? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So how often are you using?
Other than using that,
Then why do you have drugs in your pocket?
because I had it on.
You're here for drugs. And in the true bill of indictment, the enhancement that was waived was another drug case. So here's the thing. You're habitual. Really, the range of punishment for habitual for this offense is 2 to 20 years in prison. The state agreed to waive that and proceed on this as a state jail felony. So it appears to the court that you have a drug or alcohol problem. You can do one of two things. One, you can keep playing this game where you're in and out of prison. At some point in time, you're going to use somebody's drugs. They're not going to be good. They may be bad drugs, and you may end up dying. That's just the cold, hard facts. Or you may end up spending the rest of your life in prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So here are your choices. One, I'm going to follow through with the 18 months. I can recommend you for the therapeutic community. The therapeutic community doesn't increase your time at the state jail facility. If you're there for 18 months, the therapeutic community is not going to keep you because you have not completed their program, but maybe it's something that could possibly help you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So would you like the therapeutic community?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, just to clarify for the record, it was 16 months and not 18.
I'm
correct?
sorry, 16 months.
Thank you.
Thank you. And do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
2, 4, 7, and 13.
Right, and who are they with now?
With foster care.
And Child Protective Services is in your life right now, or have you signed the rights away?
My family member has them.
All right. All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 16 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. I'm going to order the therapeutic community, and there's to be no contact with minors.
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. So here's the thing. Nobody, like your family members who have your children, they just probably intended to be babysitters. They didn't want to take on more children. If you're going to continue the way you're doing, you need to probably consider not having more children. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Or making sure that if you're going to continue in certain activities, that you don't become pregnant because you're not taking care of any of your children and it's not good for them.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, okay? And when you get out, if you need help finding a place for treatment, you can always come back here, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck.
Can I do that?
Okay.
Well, Judge, here's the thing. Did I tell you about my first week on the job?
No, you did not.
I was sitting in the cafeteria.
Do you have your rubber boots on?
Yeah, I do.
It's gonna get high here, I feel like.
I was sitting in the cafeteria, Judge, and I'm just minding my own business, you know? I'm a new kid on the block, you know? And one of the prosecutors for the DA's office came up to me and he was like, "Give me your lunch money." And I was like, "Am I being bullied?" I'm like, am I like in middle school? Like,
What's happening?
and he threatened me. He was like, "I'll beat you up if you don't give me your lunch money."
What?
Yes, this is true.
Get out of town.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, right here, Judge. Look no further. And he said, "Remember the name, Hank Wilkins." And see, he was already intimidating then, but now, Judge, that he's been promoted, I find him extra intimidating.
Oh, my God.
So I'm just wondering, is he staying here, Judge? Are we putting him back there with those guys?
Oh, no, I think he's gonna be here.
Well, I'm a little scared, Judge. I just want to know.
And now I think he's gonna charge interest.
Try to be I've never been intimidated.
You know, on no jokes, he was my first email at the DA's office.
Oh, wow.
The time you were with the
Mhm.
conviction Tariq,
Yeah.
they send you the emails when you first on board. He actually was for real, the first person to ever reach out to me
Oh, wow.
and like welcome me to the DA's office.
Well, and Zach is very proactive. He came down here and was like, "Hey, I want to meet you." So that's good. You know,
Yeah.
That's real. Yep. Hank was the first person that ever said like, welcome to the team.
Oh, that is so awesome.
Did you know
I just recognize talent, you know. And
Aw.
that? He was looking in a mirror when he said, excuse me.
Proceeding with sentencing.
If we could, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Well, Your Honor, Mr. Zwolaki was a very young man when this happened. I believe he was a senior in high school or just after his senior year in high school. He took this very seriously. He he had previously received some treatment for ADHD. He went to those same treatment providers and got some anger management therapy. He learned how to address those emotional issues that come up sometimes. And so, Your Honor, I'm very proud of him. I think he's done very well on his pretrial release. I would ask that you follow the state's plea bargain.
All right, how old are you?
I'm 20. I just turned 20.
All right, so what was this about?
This was a girlfriend that I had, and I went over to her house, and she invited me inside, and there was another man there, and so without thinking, I got into it with that man.
All right, so the police report that I have in the stipulations are saying something different.
Yes, ma'am.
What it's saying is that she was with the other complainant in this case,
Mhm.
and she observed your vehicle parked outside and that you were not invited. I can't imagine somebody inviting their boyfriend or significant other to a location
Mhm.
and they have somebody else there.
Well, I knocked on the door because I felt something in my gut. I knew something was up, and so she answered the door, and I asked if I could come inside, and she was like, "Yeah, it's okay." And that's how I knew someone was inside. Was after I was in.
Well, it's saying that you aggressively pushed your way through the front door
Yes.
and
yes.
then you proceeded to search the place like you're an officer.
Yes, ma'am.
And
On
kick it in the
ring,
door?
it could probably hear me asking. They had a Ring doorbell camera. I did ask to come inside. She could see it.
And kick it in the door to
Um,
where the person was hiding?
in the restroom, yes, ma'am. After I knew that the door was locked inside. Yes, ma'am.
So are you in a relationship now?
No, ma'am. I've had no contact or anything since then, and I haven't even tried getting in another relationship since then.
Here's the thing. I know tempers flare among people,
Yeah.
but you need to take a deep breath. And you know what you need to ask yourself? And this is what I tell everybody. If you're in a relationship with somebody and you think they're cheating, we're back on the record. Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt because you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge, and I do have some comments.
All right.
After we leave here today, we're gonna go down to County Court 1. We're gonna accept responsibility for those matters down there. My client has taken this very seriously, and he's taken responsibility for his actions. The state did recommend a cap in this case. This is a first offense. It was a DWI initially, and this was the result of a search. What we're asking for the court to do is to allow him to have a deferred period of less than 5 years. That we're asking for 3 years because we believe that he can do well. He can demonstrate to this court that he's serious about this and that he will correct his behavior. So I'm asking if the court would consider a lower sentence of probation of 3 years.
All right, state.
Judge, due to the facts in this case, I think that 5 years is appropriate. He was found halfway in between the parking lot and the sidewalk, asleep in his vehicle with a gun in his waistband. There were several open containers of alcohol in the vehicle. Again, that's all something that's highly dangerous to the community. When he was further patted down, they found the drugs in his pant pocket. Whenever the officers began to interact with him.
My name is Happy. I upload courtroom video for education purpose. This video may contain copyrighted works not specifically authorized for use, but believed in good faith to be protected by the fair use doctrine under Section 107 of U.S. copyright law.